Waking up in the pitch black, coffee in the cup at the door before the dawn cracks.
Hello everyone, Mike Guidice here, commercial real estate broker with Go Florida Commercial, helping you buy, sell, and lease commercial real estate here in Central Florida. Today, I'm here with Banks Helfrich, a native Floridian, a local farmer, and someone who's passionate about a local community. Banks, thanks for being here today. And where are we today?
We're here on the farm. That's the name of my farm. It's called Here on the Farm.
Here on the farm.
Yeah, and this is my food forest right behind us.
Oh, very cool.
It doesn't look too good because Milton kind of did some damage to it.
Over.
Yeah.
Banks, one thing that you're known for is sustainable farming practices. Can you explain to us a little bit what that is, sustainable farming, and the benefits?
Okay, so sustainable farming is, let's see, we start with air. Sustainable air is having a nice quality air that we can breathe. And the best way to do that is through planting plants, because plants give us oxygen and we give them carbon dioxide. So,
Sure.
So that if we have plants around us, we have sustainable air. The next is water. I collect rainwater.
Okay.
That's my first source. I pull from the lake as my second source. I don't even have a well, and I do not pull from the city or the county. So I have sustainable water. As long as it rains, I'm good. Please rain.
Yeah.
And then sustainable, when it comes to food, I try to grow as much as the food that I eat as possible. So that is to keep myself sustainable.
Sure.
And I'm a teacher though, so I'll teach people how to be sustainable. Teach them how to grow food, teach them how to collect rainwater, teach them how to grow plants, even shelter. My farmhouse is a passive heating, cooling home, which doesn't use a lot of electricity because it uses the sun to heat it and then shade to cool it. When I think of sustainability, how do we sustain ourselves without having to ask for people to help us?
Yeah. Banks, one of the things you're also known for are your farm tours, your love of teaching farming, and also your generosity with the produce you grow here on the farm. Can you expand a little bit on these farm tours and what's involved?
Yeah, so the second Sunday of every month, 9 o'clock, I tell people 9:07, we're walking. So at 9 o'clock, you show up at the farm. I take them on a tour, which is basically about 90 minutes to 2 hours. Sometimes they don't want to leave, so which is fine, but I got things to do.
Sure.
And it's a teach, so I teach them how to grow foods themselves. I'll give them, nature's hacks or garden hacks or farm hacks. And these are just little things like you just cut a twig off of a mulberry tree and you stick it in the ground, and guess what? A new tree will grow. So these are kind of nature's hacks people usually don't know. It is a teach, a tour, a taste. So whatever's in season, we pick and eat. Right now we have some mulberries left over. We will have yucca. You don't eat yucca out of the ground. You have to cook it first. But sugar cane. What else? Hibiscus, cranberry hibiscus. So we eat while we're here. So come empty. With an appetite. And then the last thing is that it's a takeaway. I give you trees and plants and whatever's in season. I give them to you that you can eat for yourself.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah. And it's free. Well, you sign up on Eventbrite. It will be soon. Sun ticketing. We're going to sun ticketing. You sign up. It's like a $7.50 to have a farm entry, and then it's donation based only. And usually, most of the time, I tell people to bring bags because I will give them hundreds of dollars worth of either produce or actually plants.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah.
So Banks, let's talk a little bit about Central Florida and the real estate side of local farming. We all know our population is growing, and real estate prices are rising. How is that going to affect the local farming and farming here in Central Florida?
Well, yes, they are encroaching.
They are.
You saw it as you drove here.
Correct.
The great thing is that my farm is built to teach. Okay, 7 acres, 15 different gardens, and that is to teach you.
Sorry, 7 acres, 15 different
food forest is one of them.
Okay,
so different entities, mainly different gardens.
Okay,
so I've got a pineapple patch, I've got a wild blackberry patch, I've got 2 tea gardens, I've got a vegetable garden, a raised bed garden, a herb garden, a sugarcane row, an orchard, what else? A vineyard. I've got 14 great plants. So all of these shade gardens, we just had a shade garden over there. So all of these different gardens I teach. Okay, and the great thing is that I can teach you. You've been out here.
Sure,
Yeah.
yes.
I can teach you how to take that idea, the idea of sustainability, of growing your own food in a pot, in a raised bed garden, on a windowsill, so you can go back and grow your own food. And this is the big thing, how do you cut the price of groceries down? You grow your own groceries.
Okay.
And that's what I teach. I teach
Mhm.
you how to grow your own groceries, your own herbs, or whatever's in season. And the great thing about Florida is year round you can grow something. Something will grow.
Yeah, that's the beauty of it here.
Yeah.
Yeah. What can local farmers do to work alongside of developers to ensure our agricultural preservation continues as our community grows?
Well, you see it in cities like Groveland.
Mhm.
The new mayor is a farmer and a chef. He's got
Okay.
40 acres, 20 of them that he grows on. He has 5 acres of olive trees. So he
Mhm.
wants to produce his own olive oil. So how do you do it? You make sure you have policy that
Okay.
encourages us to keep our land, and it also encourages developers. I mean,
Mhm.
you're in the business to
Sure.
sell homes. Developers to put aside land for either green space or open space. And are you familiar with open space?
Sure.
Okay,
Yeah.
so that spaces that we don't have a home or a roof over or
Mhm.
any concrete over,
Yes.
and these spaces can be utilized for growing community gardens, encouraging people to grow their own foods.
Very good. So let's talk a little bit about the local farmer. How do we get the word out to the community so they understand the benefits of the local farm, local produce? How do we get the word out? And what are the benefits of the local farm, the local produce?
Right, right. Well, anything local is good. I mean,
Correct.
let me refrain
Okay.
from that. I'm an organic farm, and everything here is all organic. So I don't spray any herbicides or pesticides on it.
Okay.
When you go to your local farmers market, and it's grown within like 25, 30 miles of your area of where you live, that food is richer. It tastes better because it
Hmm.
doesn't have to get into a truck and be transported, 800 miles across the country in order
Correct.
to come to your table or to your kitchen. So it tastes better for
Hmm.
sure. The second thing is you help local farmers to grow their own food and to be sustainable in the marketplace.
Sure.
Okay, so you're helping me. You're helping down the road Olive Isle Farms. You're helping the pig farmer, or the I guess it would be a pig farmer, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, the farmer that wrangles pigs. Um, so you're helping the local community by keeping it local. You're helping kind of all of us that way.
Sure. And the quality is what you're also talking
Yeah,
about as
yeah. The,
well.
the quality is much better, and you're just helping your neighbor.
Hmm. Very good. So let's talk a little bit about your involvement with Lake Beautiful.
Yes.
And what is that, and what do you guys do?
Keep Lake Beautiful.
Keep Lake Beautiful.
Yeah, is a committee created by the county commissioners here in Lake County.
Okay.
And pretty much every single city has one of these, Keep Lake Beautiful. And it is a committee. I was put on the board
Hmm.
by Sean Parks, Commissioner
Okay.
Sean Parks. I asked to be put on the board. Right now, I'm chairman. And basically, what we do is we try to keep Lake Beautiful.
Sure.
So we have cleanups around the county. Groveland had a cleanup last year. We picked up thousands of pounds, hundreds of pounds, let's put it that
Okay.
way. They have tire. We pick up your tires for free. So
Okay.
if you have old tires, you don't have to take them to the dump and have to pay for them to be disposed of.
Okay.
Tire immunity, that's what it's called.
Okay.
We also get people interested in recycling. I just found out yesterday that it's best if you have a jar which is used to recycle, to clean it out, so make sure there's no applesauce in the jar when you put that jar inside the recycling bin. Because the biggest thing is when it's contaminated, they have to throw it away.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
I feel like I'm getting a suntan today.
No, it's beautiful out here in Lake County. Banks, you're so involved with our community. What's next for you in our community here?
So I love farming. I love teaching. You probably remember Johnny Appleseed.
Sure.
Yep, Johnny Appleseed. He went around and gave people apple trees, or at least seeds, to
Yeah.
grow apples, and that's kind of how apples are all over our country. Believe it or not, you can grow apples here in Florida too. In my orchard right over there, you can
Okay.
grow them. I would like to continue on my work, or with my work, in being sustainable, having it a place where people come, and more so than anything else. Granted, I have plants and I teach people how to grow plants. What really happens here is that at the end of our tour, we end up right underneath that tree there, and
Hmm.
we sit down, and it's like 90 minutes we've been walking, and I call it farming community, because the people start talking to each other. And
Yeah.
if you listen, and you empower them to speak, they become part of this community. And by becoming a part of the community, I like to further that quest in my life, and that is to be more of a part of the community. By I jokingly say this: I'm putting my roots in the ground as a farmer. I'm barefoot, by the way. But by putting my roots in the ground, I want to help or service the community. And as corny as that sounds, oh, he wants to service community. I want to help everybody I meet. My biggest thing is finding a solution to anyone's problems. How can I help you get next year 40 families in new homes?
Okay.
How can I do that? And by doing that, I feel that the best way for me to do that, and this is something that's just happened to me as far as creating solutions, the best way to do that is to be a part of our government.
Hmm.
I was a part of Lake County Soil Water Conservation District for
Sure.
4 years. I was the chairperson. I worked with a $1.3 million budget over 3 years. State House is where I'd love to be, and that is not to move to Tallahassee,
Uh-huh.
however, to work for the people of this district, and on their behalf, speak for them up there. Um, so it's kind of like farming. I look at it as farming community.
Okay. Yeah. Thanks. I really want to thank you for having me out here today. If someone wanted to learn more about you, your tours, farming, what's the best way for someone to reach out to you?
So on all the social media platforms, you can find me. So you can find me Facebook, Instagram. It's Here on the Farm.
Here on the farm.
Yep, Here on the Farm. And or Here on the Farm with Banks, if you have to go. If I think Instagram. I'm Here on the Farm with Banks.
Okay.
So you can find me on there. You can find me on Sun Tickets. Sun Tickets starting next month. I will be on there, and you can go ahead and see all my different events that I have coming up here. In fact, this Sunday, I know this is going to be a dated
Yeah.
piece, but this Sunday I'm bringing in another farmer, a brilliant guy. His name is David Scanlon. He's with Practical Plants, and he's going to teach a class on getting ready for spring gardening, because you can start growing. February the 14th. It's Valentine's Day, by the way.
Sure.
You can start growing or putting into the ground your spring garden. And then the 22nd of February, we have the Drum Circle and Philosophy Night down by the lake, which is right down there.
Very good.
And I'm bringing in, of all things, a drummer who used to be with Stomp. Are you familiar with Stomp?
Familiar with Stomp, the stage show?
Yep, he was with them 5 years ago. He lives in Claremont, of all places.
Wow.
And he will be leading us in that. And then I brought in some philosophers, well, people who have opinions on stuff that we can talk about, and we'll be drumming, and then we'll be talking, and then we'll be drumming, and we'll be talking, and seamlessly moving in and out of drumming and talking.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's great. Well, thanks again, Banks.
Thank you.
And I want to thank the good folks over at Splash Social Marketing for putting together this video series. They help businesses of all sizes with their social media, their marketing, and their website. They can be reached at splashsocialmarketing.com. And again, I am Mike Guidice, a commercial real estate broker with Go Florida Commercial, helping you buy, sell, and lease commercial real estate here in Central Florida. Thank you.